I was 21 when this happened. It was 2017. At the time, I was working part-time at a gas station a few towns over from where I lived. It was one of those jobs I only planned to keep for a few months, just until I figured out what I wanted to do next. The shifts were usually easy. A lot of ringing up snacks and cigarettes, more so than the occasional person paying for gas. During the day, it was annoying but normal. The nights were different. The nights dragged. The place felt too bright inside and too dark outside, and every customer felt a little stranger. That night, I was working the closing shift by myself, and I still think about it all the time. The store closed at midnight. Around 9 or 10 at night, the phone started ringing. I answered without thinking anything of it. The second I picked up, I heard this weird voice. It was low and drawn out, like someone trying to sound like a killer in a horror movie. It reminded me right away of Ghostface from Scream. It sounded forced, like someone doing an impression, but it was still unsettling. The voice asked if I was all alone in the store. I stayed quiet for a second, then said something sarcastic like, "Yeah, you got me," and hung up. I figured it was one of my friends messing with me. I texted the group chat and asked which one of them was calling the store pretending to be a serial killer. They all found it funny and acted confused. About 10 minutes later, the phone rang again. Same voice. This time, they asked why I hung up. I said, "All right, you got me." Again, sarcastically. The voice let out this soft laugh. Not playful, real. Then it said, "I shouldn't be rude to people who know where I am." I hung up again. This time, something felt off. Customers were still coming in, enough to distract me, but every time it slowed down, I found myself staring at the phone. It rang again. And again. By the third call, the voice asked if the store always got this quiet that late. That got under my skin. I stopped answering after a while. The phone would ring, stop, then ring again a minute later. I started checking the cameras. The store sat by itself off a quiet road. There were woods behind it, and a side area with a dumpster. The cameras weren't great, grainy, with blind spots, but I kept flipping through them, half expecting to catch one of my friends outside. I didn't see anyone. But then I started hearing things. A tap. A scrape. Footsteps on gravel. At first, I told myself it was nothing. But eventually, I couldn't ignore it. Around 11:40, one last customer came in. The door opening made me jump. He looked normal. Late 20s or 30s. Clean. Nothing obviously wrong. But he didn't say anything. He just walked through the aisles, slowly. Too slowly. He kept stopping, drifting between shelves, occasionally peeking over them toward the counter, not casually, but like he was checking on me. He stayed for nearly 10 minutes, and then came up with a bag of chips. Still silent. I scanned the item. For a second, everything felt normal. Then I looked up. He was staring directly into my eyes. No expression. Just staring. Then he paid. I handed him the bag, and he walked toward the door. Right before leaving, he stopped. Turned his head slightly back toward me. And smiled. Not a normal smile. It looked intentional, like he knew exactly how creepy it was. He stepped outside and instead of going to a car, he walked around the side of the building, toward the woods, keeping his eyes on me through the glass the whole time. I rushed to the cameras. I saw him round the corner and disappear into a blind spot. He didn't come back. That was enough. I locked the doors early. I texted my friends and family, telling them something wasn't right. I even said if I stopped replying, something probably happened. Midnight hit, and I decided I couldn't stay any longer. I grabbed my stuff, unlocked the door, stepped outside, and quickly locked it behind me. Then I ran to my car. As I reached it, I heard footsteps. Fast. Not running, worse. Like speed walking. I turned. It was him. He came from around the front corner of the building, moving straight toward me. I jumped into my car, locked it, started the engine, and reversed out as fast as I could. In the mirror, I saw him standing under the lights, watching me leave. I quit the next day. Second story. My name is Cadence. I worked the closing shift at a small dive bar off a quiet highway. One night a man walked in. Late 40s. Clean cut. Well dressed. Black turtleneck, black trench coat. He had this calm, confident presence. He ordered a top-shelf drink and started chatting casually. Nothing creepy. Until he asked what time I got off. I brushed it off. He smiled, like he already knew. Then he left, dropping a $100 bill on the counter. A week later he came back, with a woman. She immediately complimented me. Touched my arm a little too long. They asked me questions, how long I worked there, how old I was. Then she leaned in and told me she ran an exclusive event club. She said I could make $10,000 in a weekend. Then she said, "You should step outside. Someone can explain it better." That's when I shut it down. They left. A few nights later, I saw a car parked across the street. It followed me when I left. I drove straight to a police station. It sped off. Days later, she came back, alone. Asked for a drink. I turned around to make it, and heard the front door shut. She was gone. Outside, a black van was idling. Then, someone started trying to break in through the back door. I grabbed a metal shaker and called 911. Just as I thought I'd have to fight, my boss pulled in. The van sped off. Later, the footage showed masked people waiting outside, and someone at the back trying to flush me out. It was planned. Third story. I worked at a gas station on a quiet highway. One night, around 2:30 a.m., I stepped outside. The lot was empty. Then I noticed someone standing near a pump. No car. Just watching me. He eventually came inside and claimed his car broke down. But when I checked the cameras, I saw a car that wasn't there before. And someone crouching behind it. That's when I hit the panic button. The man relaxed, smiled, and walked out. On camera, both men ran into the woods. The car was stolen. There was a third person inside the whole time. Fourth story. I worked the night shift at a big retail store. A man kept appearing nearby. Watching me. Not shopping, just watching. Then a woman grabbed my arm, acting like she knew me. She whispered, "He's been recording you. Follow me." I trusted her. At first. But she kept leading me deeper into the store, toward a side exit with no cameras. That's when it hit me. I pulled free and screamed. She called my name. I never told her my name. Later, security footage showed. They came in together. It was a setup. A failed abduction attempt.